Hey y'all, FatMan Outdoors. Hey, if you liked the video, click that like button and click subscribe so that you'll get notifications whenever we post new content. Appreciate you watching. This is the FatMan. I'm gone. Hey y'all, FatMan Outdoors. We're here on Dale Hollow Lake today. It's about 5:15, 5:20. We're going to try to get up one of these hollers and throw some swim baits, maybe a few topwater plugs, and see if we can't get a hit on a smallmouth or big Kentucky maybe. It's going to be hot. It's going to get real hot. Supposed to be about 97 today, so the Nashville News said. Heat index of anywhere from 102 to 107. So I'm going to tell you right now, this fat boy's getting off this lake by about 10:30. From what I saw, it's going to be about 88 degrees by 10:30, so we're going to try to fish some as fast as we can, get as much water behind us as possible, and see what we can do. I got my rocket fuel, and I am ready to go. Y'all, let's go see if we can catch a fish. Better fix my hat. Because if I don't, I won't have it on right here in a second. Seeing a lot of debris in the lake still. We ain't had no rain in a few days. Kind of odd. Let's go. You're going to have to forgive me through the course of this. If this chair is squeaking, I said I was going to oil that thing before I come back again, and my big fat lazy butt forgot. So I have to deal with it again today. Sorry about it. What I'm fishing with right now is a 3/8 ounce jitterbug. It's in a bluegill color. It's got an orange belly. Sort of kind of looks like a sunfish maybe, I guess. But what I like to do when I fish these, I fish them maybe a little faster than some people do, I'm not sure. What I like to do is I'll throw as long a cast as I can and stay in close to the cover. And then once I've got where I wanted to throw, then I'll just let the bait sit there till all the ripples are gone, so there's no ripples left at all. And then I'll just start working it out and try to pull that lure as close to the structure as I can. Now sometimes you'll get blew up doing it. Sometimes you won't. I have had fish follow it all the way back to the boat before, and they just didn't want it, you know. But for some reason, it seems to me it fishes better if you throw it out and you just let the ripples completely disappear before you ever move the lure. And a lot of times in that first 2 or 3 feet of that lure moving, that's when you're going to get the hit. The trick for me with smallmouth fishing for topwater, or even largemouth fishing, I'm assuming it's probably going to be pretty much the same. I watch my lure a lot, and if I see the strike, I want to try to set the hook on what I see instead of what I feel. And a lot of times a fish will miss that lure on that first initial swing at it, and then he'll come back and hit it again and you'll get him. And a lot of times I'm guilty of it. I'll get excited and see that strike, and it'll cause me to react, and I'll set the hook and pull the lure away from the fish. So it's just something you gotta be aware of and try to control your inner 8-year-old that's wide open and ready to go. But that's hard to do sometimes. You know, the bluegill fisherman in me, I see tap tap and it's time to set the hook. So but that's why you kind of have to fish these lures, is you have to give them a chance. And a lot of times if you'll give them the opportunity, they'll prove their worth, but you got to let them you got to let them do what they got to do. I love fishing topwater early in the morning when there's not a lot of boats out. Everybody's still in bed from staying up and drinking all night. And you can have some fun throwing topwater. Now this water's pretty warm. It's in the high 70s, low 80s right now. Actually, I think I looked at it, it was 84 at the dam, I think, this morning. That's going to be pretty much the norm for the whole lake. So the water, it's been really hot these last week. After it finally stopped raining, I guess whoever was praying for us to dry out, they got their wish, because now we're going to dry out for the next few days. It's going to be really dry and hot, and it makes fishing hard, especially because now the lake's got a lot of water in it. It's way above where it normally should be this time of year. Normally it's probably 4.5 or 5 foot lower than it is right now. So it makes the fish are more scattered, and it gives them so much more cover to go to, so isolated cover is hard to find. And it's just, it kind of messes stuff up. So it's going to be interesting later in the day when I switch over to fishing with swim baits, how that's going to work. I'm set up to fish them a few different ways, Texas rigged and just on straight jig heads, and even got a rig set up with just a heavy hook and no weight. And going to see if we can find them at a different depth or something. Bad thing about it is, like I say, it's going to be 100 degrees today, so there's not going to be a whole lot of time to do what I got to do and find the fish. But we're going to keep trying. Well, I've switched over to a swim bait. The water is still glassy. There's no wind. I haven't seen the first boat. Been out here about an hour. We haven't even had an attempt at a bite. Not even nothing. Not even seeing one come up behind it and sniff. But yeah, a lot of guys that I've talked to have told me that fishing right now is really hard. That it's hard to get a bite. You know, I talked to a guy the other night in church. Said that they fish at night right now, and they're not even catching fish. It's just, I think, because of the water level. I know there's fish in here because I'm seeing minnows jump. Something's chasing shad. But I mean, I'm not even, every now and then I would see a bluegill normally, you know, peck at this thing when you're throwing a swim bait, especially at these young baits, and making long casts. I mean, usually you'll get some sort of something, but right now it's nothing. And Dale Hollow's hard to fish right now. But we're going to keep pecking away at it and see what we can do. And maybe we'll get lucky and stab one. Oh, while I'm talking to you, you know I'm always trying out new fishing stuff. And I saw this at Walmart. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to pick this thing up. It's a pretty good looking rig, $28.88. It's an Ozark Trail bait casting reel. It is I don't see a model number on it anywhere. It's a 5-to-1, 5-ball bearing system. It's 5+1. The gear ratio is 6.4 to 1. I do not see a model number on the reel. The rod is 6.5 foot medium action, but it fishes more like a light medium. But now I will say this thing absolutely will throw a country mile. It amazes me. I've got a 3/8 ounce Yum swim bait on this thing right now. And you don't watch, you'll be on the bank at 100 feet. And I like it because it's got that power handle on it too. It's got the the little ball on the end of it's got the long handle, so it'll get against your forearm if you're going to be fishing for a long time. So when I'm holding it, I set that right against my forearm and actually hold the reel, and it gives you a lot more power on a set, and it makes it a lot less fatiguing if you're a fisherman that likes to stand while they're fishing. But yeah, the little reel, man, especially with this larger braided line, it amazes me how well it'll throw. It does really, and you don't got to put any effort into it. And like I said, I put line on it, I put this lure on it, I drop the lure to the floor once to see how the reel seemed to be dealing with the weight. It needed to be tightened, just the brake needed to be tightened just a tad. I tightened the brake just the least amount and haven't touched it since. And this thing fishes like crazy with lightweight. This thing is really good for a bait casting reel. Most people can't deal with a bait casting reel with light weight on it. You got to have like a big half-ounce lure, you know, or a 3/4 ounce lure if you're gonna make long casts. You know, it's not too hard to fish one and just make it a good cast. But when you're making long casts, when you're making 70, 80, 90, 100 feet casts, that's a different situation entirely. And you have to, usually on a bait casting reel, unless you normally have spent, and I don't know if you can see on that how far that went, but that's a long way that I just threw that thing up into the head of this hole. And it's pretty good, guys. You ought to check them out. They're at Walmart. They're at Ozark Trail. And the model number, I should have said that, is OTBC66M. It's like a gray looking rod with orange on it and a spinning reel. Check them out. It's $28.88 is what I gave for this one at my local Walmart. Well, guys, it's looking rough. I haven't had the first hit, and I've thrown a lot of different plastics, a lot of different swim baits, different sizes, with jig heads, without jig heads, fishing them slow, fishing them fast, all kinds of colors from chartreuse to dinner minnow, and I haven't had the first nibble. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to abandon ship on the soft plastics, and I'm going to switch over and throw some crankbaits and retrieve them pretty fast and see if I can't get something that way. So I'm going to turn on my spot lock just so I don't give up any ground while I'm changing over, because I may have to give up, but I'm not going to give that much. So I'm going to take off one of these jigs, break out some crankbaits, and let's see what we can do. Still very tough fishing. Almost 10 o'clock, I've had one hit, no fish. I've fished with several different kinds of plastics, several different sizes and depths and colors of crankbaits. I haven't broken out a spinnerbait, but I just have no faith in spinnerbaits this time of year. In the fall of the year, I really like them, but not right now. Everybody said fishing was tough. I went into a place that I always catch fish. I always catch fish here, even if it's just a couple. And not very big, but I always catch fish here. I think the only hit I had all day was a bluegill. I've seen a lot of fish breaking, and I've seen a lot of bait fish breaking. I'm guessing it's gar. And maybe the bass have moved out into deeper water. Okay, captain's log. It's freaking hot. It's about 11 o'clock. Temperature is, I'm going to say, in the mid-90s right now, out in the sun. Still no fish, still no hits. So I've resorted to trolling some crankbaits behind the boat. You guys can't see them because I got the camera set up going the other way. But if I catch a fish, you'll know it. I'll let you know. Probably going to try this till about noon. And if it don't work out, and I'm going to surrender. I hate that I haven't caught a fish for y'all. I think it's pretty stupid to do a fishing show and don't catch a fish. So, but I'm doing the best I can right now. Fishing is tough. Fishing is tough. Now, for those of you that have asked me, what's the deal with the hand towel in the back of your hat? I'm going to show you right now. The boat going where I want it to go. Normally I would leave it pretty close to sopping wet, but considering I got the camera remote tied to me, I don't want to get it sopping wet. So when it's a bazillion degrees outside, I put that on top of my head, and it helps me to stay cool. Of course, if you're a fat man, it's hard not to be cool. But that's what I use it for. I'm not catching any fish yet, so might as well give a few more public service announcements. Guys, if you ain't got you one of these trolling motors that's got the remote control and the spot lock and stuff on them yet, you need to get you one. And you don't have to go out and give $2,000 or $3,000 for one. The new one, the Ultra that's come out a few years back, that's the newest one, the bigger one. And when that came out, a lot of people took the Tarovas, like I've got on this 17.5 foot V363 Ranger. People took them off and they were selling them used. I bought this with the GPS puck and the way more expensive prop and the whole 9 yards for 750 bucks. And I helped the guy take it off his boat because he had an Ultra sitting in the house he fixed and put on it. But these things, and you know, the Ultras are great. To be honest, I don't see a whole lot of hooping and law that's much better. If I had a fish finder that was compatible to this one, I could hook the fish finder up to it and mark the course I wanted it to run right through the fish finder, just the same as the Ultra. I can take this remote and record the course that I'm running and play it back. It'll take you all the way back to the very beginning and start all over and go exactly the places you went while you were running the trolling motor when you started recording. It has spot lock. It has compass heading to lock. I don't see a whole lot of what you could need different than what this motor offers. And you can buy them a lot cheaper now used than you was able to get them new, because they're still about $2,500 a piece if you go buy them new and get everything. But you can even set up the deal that automatically stows and unstows the motor on this. You don't need it because the motor don't weigh nothing. You can pull it up with 2 fingers. But they're out there now, and if you ain't got you one, pick you one up, because I tell you what, you'll find that these things help way more than you could imagine. Well, y'all, I'm gonna leave you the same way I found you, I reckon. I come out here, got on the water. I don't know exactly what time it is. Let me see. It is 11:11, and the little thermometer on the front of the boat says 94. You know what? That's about 10 degrees past the fat man's limits. If it was overcast or there was some wind blowing, it'd be different, but it's like sitting on a baking pan in a big oven right now. I don't know about the fish. This heat's got them shut off. Yeah, I mean, I fished with everything. Soft plastics, swim baits, jigs, on the bottom, on the top, slow, fast. About 30 different types and colors of hard baits. Even trolled for probably 2 miles. Nothing. Didn't get a sign of nothing. So guys, I'm sorry, I'm ashamed. It's pitiful you go out to shoot a fishing video and there's no fish. But if you read the Bible, Peter and his brothers, they fished all night and didn't catch nothing until the Lord finally blessed them. I hope the next time he blesses me, and I hope he blesses you too. Y'all, this is the Fat Man. I'm gone.